Dear black women, please count yourselves as fortunate that there are still black men like myself who are even willing to entertain some conversations with some of you. Because it's the ones like the one I'm going to show you who really make it bad for black women in a collective sense. So without further ado, let's just get into it.
Let's have class this morning, black men.
If you must insist, then so be it. But let's be crystal clear about something. As it stands, you have not demonstrated in any form or fashion any quality, any good standing, any accomplishment, any acknowledgement that would qualify you to take this authoritative stance with us, as if you know what you're talking about. But as a black man actually willing to humor the conversation, I don't have a problem giving you this momentary concession. Do proceed.
Let's talk about disrespect.
Well, would you look at that? You want to start off with what is going to be no less than a bad faith argument. Big surprise there. But okay, come with it.
You black men think that just because a black woman elevates in her tone of voice, that she is being disrespectful to you.
Well, gee, I wonder why. Could it be the fact that many of you would much rather try to cause us auditory damage with your shrieks and your screams than make salient points? Could it be that while we are speaking to you with our inside voices, you feel the need to try to dominate the conversation, not with better points or better positions, but just with the noise of your voices in itself? So much so that it prompts us to sometimes raise our voices, and when we do, you play victim and act as if somehow we've treated you unfairly. It seems like you expect us to treat you in a radically different way than what you're willing to treat us with. But by all means, do give your explanation.
That is not disrespect. People, including black women, have every right to raise their tone.
I'm glad you feel that way. So you really should have no problem should we raise our tone as well, right?
It expresses passion.
It expresses passion. Interesting. Do continue.
Sometimes you be speaking too loud that we have to overspeak you in order for you to hear us.
Is it that you have to overspeak us so that we can hear you? Or is it your failure to be good listeners while we're speaking passionately?
Everybody has a right to raise their voice when they speak. That is not a sin.
Okay, ma'am, enough of this. Let's just cut the bullshit. You want us to just entertain a toxic practice of communicating with each other. And you want to label acting in an untoward fashion as being passionate when really it is just being baseline disrespectful. You don't care about having a dialogue. You just want to be the only one heard when speaking.
In fact, Jesus still showed anger, okay?
Then maybe you need to have more conversations with Jesus as opposed to having conversations with us. Let Jesus take your abuse.
Now, let's talk about what actual disrespect is, since you niggas seem to not be educated.
Well, how about we start off with the fact that you've addressed us outside of our names by referring to us as you niggas. And then secondly, you propose to disparage our educational development while speaking in a very common and base way yourself, which in no way is reflective of someone of a higher education. You're not qualified.
Disrespect is if I directly give you an insult.
Well, so much for your supposed academic superiority. because disrespect can be both direct and indirect. It can be passive. But let's just look at what you've done thus far. You've directly called us out of our name. You've directly challenged our academia. You've been very overt in doing so, very direct. Yeah, you're not very good at this, but continue.
If I'm calling you out your name like a bitch, like a lazy ass nigga, that's a form of disrespect. You guys got to understand that black women are not disrespecting you because they...
Sorry, folks, but that was the end of her content, at least as far as I picked up on it. But nevertheless, this would have been the end of the conversation, or the end of the exploration anyway, because this woman has already expressed a lack of compassion, a lack of being reasonable, a lack of the capacity to even have decent, normal, appropriate conversations with black men. She's not looking to have dialogues with black men. She's looking for a way to excuse her own bad behavior and the bad behavior of other toxic black women like herself. The brothers no longer want to entertain this type of nonsense. That's why, if you notice, a lot of black men just aren't even speaking to black women anymore. If anything, the black women are starting to complain about a lack of black men even wanting to approach them. This is why. Because not only do women like her indulge in unseemly, poor, inadequate, unsavory, downright disrespectful, horrible, reprehensible behavior, but they're trying to make excuses for it. They think that by playing some type of verbal gymnastics with us, that we're going to see it as something other than the outright mistreatment, abuse, or disrespect that it really is. This is why the brothers are checking out. And sisters, you're finding yourselves in a position. Either you're going to make the changes within yourselves to be worthy of conversation, or you're going to find yourselves just habitually alone, speaking to yourselves like crazy cat ladies wandering the streets in their homelessness. There are way too many examples of this in society already. And if you just want to be yet another statistic, then so be it. But that is your choice, and you can't blame black men for that. Sincerely, good luck and Godspeed.